All right, we are going to be talking about common mistakes that are the reason that some of you did keep your hands to yourself, did very poorly on this assignment. Now, your instructions, let's see here, I'm going to common, adding, and subtracting mistakes. Mistakes. So this is what I saw a lot of you doing, and which is a really good idea, except when you use a certain trick that you're familiar, and by you I mean students, often overly generalize, and this is what's happening. When you guys had a situation like this, you had 6.5 plus 5 3/4 or something like that. What you would do is you automatically took these two out and made 11, and then just added 1/2 plus 3/4, and whatever that would be, we have 5/4. And a common error with that could be you bring this 11 over, then you have 5/4, and you could forget that this is actually 11 plus 1 1/4. Did you guys notice that this is an improper fraction right here?
Yeah.
Okay? There are a couple people that could do that. So that's one possibility that could happen. Let's look at it a different way. 6.5 and 5 3/4. Okay? The way that I wanted you to do it to make sure we stay consistent, and also we're practicing with the making it an improper fraction, which would be where you multiply 6 times 2, which is 12, plus 1 on the numerator is 13, because we want to get equivalent fractions. We have 4, 20, 23. Okay? So that's 20. You got it, Kennedy? You all right? Here. Stop distracting yourself. So we need to make that a equivalent denominators so we can actually add those together. Okay? Am I correct?
Yeah.
The reason why I want to do that is because you guys are overly generalizing. Yesterday I saw you making good arguments, and not the kind of arguments like stop, but the kind of arguments, well, no, you can't do it that way because we have to do it this way, blah, 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 and we were working in groups yesterday. That's because of this. With subtraction, that doesn't work. It might not work. Okay? Let's do it the other way. Yeah. Because if I were to take subtraction that same way, and can you try not to make your desk do that? Thanks. Because as soon as you discovered that it did that, it's been going on nonstop. So if I did that, if I pulled out the 6 and I pulled out the 5, 6, 5, then I knew that this would just be 1 over here. Am I correct? 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay, then you would subtract this. Where did we just run into a problem? Yeah. They don't have the same denominator, true, but that's not a problem because we could find one, right? Yeah. Right. What you're going to get is you're going to get a negative fraction here. Okay, you're going to get a negative fraction there because you weren't doing it the way that works with both addition and subtraction. Okay? Because you weren't working the one with addition and subtraction. If you would have done it the other way, however, rather than doing that trick that only works with addition, you can do that trick with addition, but don't forget that you can't really do that all the time with subtraction. So, yellow. But if I did it like, whoops, what was it, 6.5? So I have 13 halves minus 23 fourths. Okay? So now I need to make the denominators the same. Yes? 26 fourths minus 23 fourths. See how it works now? We're not getting into the negatives. Yeah. One half minus. You mean what I showed in orange a second ago, saying it technically would work? But we haven't done negative fractions yet. We've done negative integers, and that's why I like where your head's at. Okay, have we? Nope, I just time traveled. I went to the end of the school year. Okay, and that would just be 3 fourths. Okay? So you can't overly generalize. You can't overly generalize. Are there any questions about your homework any other than that? No? Pass that forward. Let's get started with our lesson. Yes. The what? What about reducing? Do you always have to reduce? Yeah, I said when he came back.